Hooke's law. Hooke's law says that the distance that you stretch or compress a spring is proportional to the force on the spring. Let's take a deeper look into what this means. We have a spring here. Now, if we stretch the spring out, the spring has now been stretched a distance x. Now, the spring is going to want to return to its equilibrium position, which is the normal spring unstretched. Now, you must apply a force in this direction. Okay, this is the force from you that in order to get the spring to stretch out in this distance. The spring will then in turn apply a force in the opposite direction, okay, on you to in the hope of trying to get itself back into its normal equilibrium position. So we say that the distance that you stretch the spring, for small distances of course, is proportional to the force that you apply in the string and in turn the force that the spring applies on you. Remember, these are action-reaction pairs, so these are going to be equal. Okay, here's the formula for Hooke's law. It's Fs, or force of the spring, equals negative Kx. We've seen K before when we talked about energy. K is the spring constant, and it's a measure of how stiff. So it's how stiff the spring is. The stiffer it is, the more difficult it is to stretch at a certain amount or compress at a certain amount.